I'll leave it at that for right now.
Okay, so I was just going to quickly mention, you're probably wondering how are these courses getting built, or maybe you're not, but I'm going to tell you anyway, because I'm living it every day, and so is Renee in the back. We have a great team across the country, actually, that we're working with, and starting with editorial with EDC, Gary mentioned yesterday, they're helping us a lot. We also have lead subject matter experts on the 8th grade algebra side within LA USD, and then on the developmental math side, we found a couple of lead subject matter experts through the AMATIC group, and they're on the East Coast. We have a great design team and technology group in Kansas that we're working with, and then we also have a world-class GUI design or interface design group we're working with to help redesign, as I mentioned a moment ago, that topic landing page and some of the design elements that the students will see. So we're putting it through a fairly rigorous process with a lot of folks, a lot of people who will be doing reviews across the country that we've actually connected with through you all, so we really appreciate that. We also have an advisory board. I think some of you sit on that board as well, and that's really helped us drive where we're going with this project. This is the design firm I was mentioning. Go ahead, John. Okay, so quickly, just the development process that we're going through. We obviously vetted the scope and sequence of these courses, and we're still in the process of doing some vetting on the developmental math side. So if anyone wants to have input in that, now's the time. You can contact either Ruth or myself on that. We're very interested in your thoughts on what might be missing or a little too light or things we should take out, which I don't think ever would happen, but maybe. So we vetted the scope and sequence, and then we bring in the editorial group, and Renee is leading that charge in the back there, so if anybody has any specific editorial questions, she's your person. We assign the scripts out, EDC is doing the writing, and then it goes through an extensive process of reviews with subject matter experts as we're developing those scripts. We put those into production. We have screenwriters, actual screenwriters who are writing those presentations that you saw. So these are folks who are used to writing for visuals so that the students are really seeing the most important things, if that's how they learn best. And then the text writers are the folks who are used to writing textbook type of materials. So the students are getting what they need from that element of the course. Once it goes into production, there's also a lot of back and forth between the subject matter experts and the producers to make sure that those elements are actually being produced the way they should be. And at the end, of course, a lot of review and testing, and then the piloting, which Ruth mentioned, which we're very interested in feedback at that stage as well. I think that's it on the development cycle, and I think Francisco is going to tell us a little bit about what he's doing.
Good morning. One of the things that was mentioned yesterday and then reiterated today was that one of the primary goals for this project is to ensure access for low-income minority students, especially those that have been underserved, in part because Algebra 1 is such a gatekeeper for college and university work, and because the, how I call it, the non-passage, non-performance in developmental math causes so many issues for community colleges. I think I Googled developmental math, and I would count in the thousands the number of projects and approaches that people are taking to try to address that particular issue. For us, this primary goal of getting access will result in a set of activities, different avenues that we're going to take to increase the use of this high-quality product. We're going to be talking with national organizations that have broad interests, like the American Association of Community Colleges, but are deeply concerned about minority student performance in mathematics. We also need to talk to minority group organizations that have a national interest but are specifically interested in minority students, whether it's the leadership within African Americans in higher education or the Hispanic Association of Colleges and universities. Other groups have a specific subject matter interest in mathematics, but are also interested in minority groups, and that would include the Benjamin Banneker Association and then other societies that were developed by minority mathematicians and scientists to forward the cause of minorities within mathematics and the lack of achievement in that area.